Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. Today we're talking about retail and retail real estate. Please welcome my next guest. It's Jonathan Lapat. He's founder of Strategic Retail Advisors. They're a retail consulting and brokerage firm focused on tenant representation throughout the Northeast. Jonathan, thanks for joining us on Skype today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we appreciate it. And Jonathan, what we'd like to talk to you about is the millennials, right? I think the millennial demographic is important to almost every business these days, but especially important to retail property owners and retailers who, retail property owners rely on to do well, right? So tell us just how big and how important are the millennials?
The millennials are the fastest growing demographic in the United States, and as such, the need to address the wants of the millennial demographic is of the utmost importance throughout the retail industry. Right now, it's estimated that it's about a $600 billion business addressing to the millennials, and within the next 4 to 5 years, estimates are that it'll be over $1 trillion, and that roughly 30% of all retail sales in the U.S. will be to the millennial demographic.
30%, that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the ways that retailers are successfully capturing some of these millennial customers?
Well, the key to capturing the millennial is being able to have multiple platforms. Omni platforms are essential in today's retail and business. The millennial is very tech savvy. They have their mobile devices with them all the time, and they need to be in constant communication. And in order to reach that demographic, it is extremely important that the retailers are able to provide a good bricks and mortar component. But in addition, they also need to be able to reach the millennial via the internet, through social media. So anytime Joe or Susan is walking down the street, they might get a pop-up with a coupon to whatever store it is that they like to shop, and they need to be able to feel as if they're being courted. And the successful retailer to the millennial demographic is one that is able to reach out and court that customer.
Right. The millennial wants it personalized, right? They want it for them, and they're used to the technology that kind of allows that, right? I mean, I was on the internet this morning, and some ads popped up that were something I was looking to purchase yesterday, and it's just getting more sophisticated, right, with beacon technology and these apps.
It really is. It's pretty amazing. I mean, I think back 20 some odd years ago, and writing papers in college on a typewriter, and it seems like the dark ages compared to where the millennial age kids are these days. It's pretty amazing, and they are so in touch with what's going on around them. And Gen Xers and baby boomers will often complain that the millennial population today is a little bit entitled, but you know what? If that's the case, it's because of things like increased technology and speed to market, and their ability, due to technology, to get their hands on whatever it is they want, whenever it is that they want it. And as that relates to the retail world, the successful retailer is the one who's able to play into that sense of entitlement, if one actually exists, and to be able to provide that customer what they want exactly when they want it.
Right, and if you're a retailer, you like that they feel entitled, right?
Well, that's exactly it. Give the people what they want, something to that effect. I mean, you look at the rise of some of the fast fashion labels that are so popular in today's world, whether it's Uniqlo, Forever 21, H&M, the retailers such as those that are moving at the same speed as the millennial. And the reason they're so successful, is because they can get their product to the end customer as quickly as they're able to at a competitive price, which is also key to the millennial shopper. And in order for other retailers, in this case in the fashion industry, to be able to stay pace with them, they need to be able to move at the same pace that the shopper is, and that's why brands such as those three have been as successful as they have been worldwide.
Yeah, you mentioned typewriters. I was with my children on vacation. We were in a place that had some antiques, and they saw a typewriter. My son asked me, "What is that?" That's like, what is that thing right there?
It's funny. I can remember back to 9th grade typing class. I'll do a call out if I made a Mrs. Finkelstein. It sat there and, it'd yell at you if you actually looked at your fingers while you typed.
Right, they were good. I'm glad you did it. That was a good move. Well, we're talking with Jonathan Lapat, and he helps retailers in the Northeast and with site selection and tenant representation. And we're talking about the millennials. And one thing that we were talking about before the show was millennials also are social conscious, right? And how can retailers work with that to attract more customers?
That's it. I mean, millennials are looking for more than just a traditional brand. In order to capture their business, it's of growing importance for a retailer to be more than just a product. They also need to have a strong brand ethos, if you will, social consciousness, things of that sort. One brand that comes to mind is Tom's, which offers the one-for-one. Buy a pair of shoes, they give a pair of shoes away. I think they've expanded now, or not I think, I know they've expanded into eyeglasses. They're helping with clean water in undeveloped portions of the world, things of that nature. And one of the reasons they've grown at the rate that they have and that they're as successful as they have been is because they have social consciousness and social awareness above and beyond the retail product that they're offering the consumer.
Right. And tell us how the millennials are price conscious, but when it comes to social consciousness, maybe they'll pay a little more if they know the company is doing some good around the world.
It seems to be the case. Mm-hmm. I think there's a fine line between paying more and feeling as if they're getting a good deal, mm-hmm. And buying into the whole brand ethos. But it seems as if a few dollars more in order to know that your money is going to a good cause is something that most millennials will buy into. Whether it's when they're shopping or, other facets of their life, most millennials seem to be a little bit more socially aware and global in their worldview than Gen Xers or baby boomers tend to be.
Give us a real quick tip to attract millennials.
A real quick tip. I think the growth of, certainly brand ethos is one of them, but another thing we can do is geofencing. Love the concept. You walk into a shopping center, into a mall, whatever it is, then all of a sudden your telephone gets pinged. Come into our store, you get 25% off if you get in here in the next 2 hours. Things of that sort plays real well to the millennial.
Jonathan, thanks for joining us, sir.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me today.
Well, stay with us. We'll have more on retail and retail real estate. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty Commercial Advisors, a great place to do business. Visit bullrealty.com. RealNex, a comprehensive and powerful suite of commercial real estate tools at an incredibly low price. Visit realnex.com. That's REALNEX. Xceligent, the resource professionals use for commercial real estate information. Visit xceligent.com. That's XCELIGENT. Commercial Search, the source to market and source available properties for sale or lease. Visit commercialsearch.com. For more information on these great companies or for additional videos, podcasts, or articles, visit CREshow.com.